You've just finished a brutal shift. You're in between jobs. You just lost your beloved pet and your daughter's across the country at college, and someone asks you, how are you doing? And you say, fine. But inside, you're carrying the weight of 17 different decisions, three patient interactions to keep your plate, and the nagging feeling you're failing or missing something. Today, I'm sharing a practice that changed how I processed all of it. It's not therapy, it's not coaching. It requires zero training, $0, zero money, zero time. It's called a listening partnership. So stay with me. How I want to introduce the concept of listening partnership is just to ask you, when was the last time someone really listened to you? Just listen to you. They weren't rushing to interrupt you to fix you. They weren't trying to give you advice, tell you what they would have done, what they did in the past, that they have this other similar story going on. They're not trying to get you to feel better or just calm down. When was the last time someone just listened to you? They weren't on their phone scrolling, looking up what's happening on TikTok. They're just listening to you. If you're struggling to remember when that time was, you're not alone. And today I'm going to introduce a radical tool that's going to help you feel settled in this busy, overwhelming world. It's a concept called listening partnerships. I didn't invent it. This is a practice borrowed from the therapy world, and it's almost invisible outside of it, but not today. Today, we're going to show you what it's about so you can set this up for yourself. It's completely radical because it's counter to how we've been trained. As women physicians, we've been trained to diagnose, spot, implement a treatment, move on to the next as fast as possible. But what if the most healing thing you can possibly do isn't actually a solution at all? Or what if the solution is actually in not fixing? It's a radical concept. It goes against everything we've ever learned, and it is the one thing that's going to help you feel very grounded in a very chaotic world. So let's start with this. What are listening partnerships? It's really simple. You meet with someone you trust, you agree on a set amount of time. It could be just 5 minutes. You share your experience of the world in this moment, totally unfiltered. You're not going to be judged. Anything you say will be loved on. And all your partner does is listen. They're not going to be distracted with their phone, with their charts, with their pager. They're not going to ask you any clarifying questions. They're not going to try to coach or fix you. They're not going to tell you how to solve it. They're not going to tell you that they've been there too. They're not going to encourage you to calm down or look on the bright side. They're simply going to hold very spacious, loving kindness, tenderness, compassion for you. It's really as simple as it is, and it works. It's profound. It's deeply healing. Most people will walk this planet their entire lives and never experience it, which I have to tell you just breaks my heart. That a human can live their entire life, 80, 90, 100 years, and never, ever, ever be truly listened to. Breaks my heart because it is so healing. You could spend decades in therapy, crying, suffering, reliving traumas. You really could be listened to for 5 minutes and have the same effect. That's how profound it is. But because people aren't skilled in it, I want to show you how you can set it up, how you can create your own listening partnership. So now, why no one in your life does this? Just think about it. If you go to your mom, she can tell you how to fix it, right? So that's what moms do. You go to your boss is going to say, well, this is what you need to do. Delegate to here, go talk to this person, write another paper. Your spouse definitely going to want to solve it. Your spouse does not want you unhappy. Your best friend will probably think, oh yeah, that happened to me too, right? And they're jumping in the way because they don't want you to feel bad. And there's nothing wrong with them. They are perfect humans. They're doing all of this because they're feeling uncomfortable with your uncomfortable emotions. So they're trying to solve for your uncomfortableness. So they're not uncomfortable. It makes so much sense. But it explains why pretty much no one in our life is ever really listening to us without an agenda unless you have a coach or you have a therapist. This is what makes listening partnerships radical. There's no destination in mind. There's no rush to feel better. There's just you being heard, held, loved on exactly as you are. Why this works. Let's talk about the science of being witness. When we keep everything inside, it sounds so scary. Our brain believes it. Our anxiety will heighten. Our scary thoughts are going to multiply. We'll start carrying the burden in our shoulders, our jaw, our chest. We'll all of a sudden gain 30 pounds from all the emotional eating and being stressed. Our scary thoughts left on their own devices in our head just multiply and expand. But when we articulate our scary thoughts out loud to another human, something very powerful happens. First, our brain is forced to organize the chaos. It can't be these scary thoughts multiplying. They're going to come out of your mouth. Your brain has to organize this chaos into something logical that another human can understand. And just that step of organizing this chaos will start calming you down. You're going to have to start linearizing all of these thoughts in a way that somebody else could understand. That alone is clarity. We know the science behind naming the scary thing reduces our anxiety by like 30% from MRI-based studies. There's science behind just naming the thing. That's why we tell our kids, hey, listen, you had a scary dream. Tell me everything, right? We want to get it out of their head because left in their head, it's going to feel even scarier. But as soon as they start talking it, it gets less scary. It starts feeling more manageable. Second, you're going to hear yourself. Your logical brain is going to be like, what? She said, what to me? Your logical brain is going to hear your fear brain and it's going to be like, no, girl, no, 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 that's not even true. Actually, I know how to handle it. Your logical brain will wake up and step in. So you want to speak it so that your logical brain can come in and help ground yourself. As you start speaking and organizing and intervening, now your nervous system, your anxiety is going to start to ground. You're going to feel seen, heard, and tended to. There's research showing that when we feel safe with another person, our heart rate variability improves, our cortisol drops. We literally become calm in the presence of a compassionate witness. The healing isn't in the advice, it is in the presence. The healing isn't in the advice, it's in the other person being present with you. So humans co-regulate. It's a concept that I teach in my coaching program is that, and you've experienced this, it's a process called neuroception. We have neurons that are just out there checking out other neurons. And so what this looks like is if you walked into a room and everyone had been arguing and you walk in silence, you feel it. You're like, ooh, something in here ain't right. This is stressful. I can cut the tension with a knife. That is our human ability to sense out the emotions of a room. We have that sensing when the person we're in the room with 100% believes in us, loves us, wants to hear us. We get to feel all those warm, cuddly emotions. We co-regulate. Our nervous system adapts to whoever we're around. So if you're in a room where everyone's freaked out, you're going to start feeling uncomfortable. The reverse also happens. They've done studies of people on boats, and and it was just really beautiful to say when there was one, let me say it a different way, when there was one person in the boat who was calm, you could see that everyone around her was starting to calm down. So it's very powerful where our ability to co-regulate, our ability to adapt to other people's nervous systems is very powerful. We are designed to co-regulate. We're designed to be social. We're designed to be in the presence of others, and our nervous system reacts to others. So we want to develop listening partnerships so we have a safe person to be around. I was at what is it called? The Blarney Stone in Ireland, where you go kiss the stone. But to climb up there, you have to climb up this castle that's tiny. It's very high, so you can see how far down it is, but it is definitely not up to code. So if there's a fire, ain't nobody getting out of that one. It is not safe. Anyways, we went up there and there was a lady who was claustrophobic, height phobic, and she was really struggling. And what I did is I opened up my brochure and I just read it. It was super boring. It was about the flowers and the animals and the history. It was super boring. And I noticed she was calming down as she was reacting to my nervous system. She heard my voice was regulated. I was calm. I was breathing regularly, and she started calming down. It's very, very powerful. The healing is never in the advice, it's in the presence of others. Okay, so why can't we just do this alone? A lot of people say, well, can I just journal? Can I just talk to myself in the shower? I mean, my brain says this all the time, right? And yes, those things help. So if those things help, keep doing it. But the truth is, it's not going to stick. For most humans, you'll get 3 sentences in about your painful thing, and it'll feel so painful that, or your busy day or hectic day, your brain's going to be like, I don't have time for this. I need to go clean the kitchen. I need to go run the laundry. I need to go take a shower. I need to go read a book. Your brain will not let you sit in it because it feels very uncomfortable. You may even criticize yourself. Why am I wasting time talking to myself? This is so dumb. It's so silly. Your brain will shut you down because that's what a normal brain is supposed to do. When it senses something uncomfortable, it's supposed to start like getting you towards uh, to start shutting off the thing that it believes is causing the discomfort. We're wired to be witnessed by another caring human being. We're social creatures. We co-regulate. What completes a loop is being in the presence of someone who can hear us, who can listen to us. It's what our nervous system craves. It actually needs us. You cannot witness yourself the way another person can witness you. So how do you set up a listening partnership if it's not instinctual and no one does it ever? It's really easy to do. You don't need any money or training to do it, and it can happen very quickly. I mean, you can set this up to see results very quickly. So first is pick your person. You want someone you trust who you feel safe with. So don't do this with your boss, please. I wouldn't even I probably wouldn't even do it with my husband, who I love, and I feel safe with him, but I feel like because of our roles, that he might feel like he needs to save me or help me, whereas he might have a harder I know I've tried, actually I think I've tried to do listening partnerships with him. He's like, this is too hard. I just want to help you. So find someone who can emotionally be safe and listen to you and doesn't get into stress because they can't fix that. And I think this is why coaching is amazing. So come in my world. I can be that person for you. You want someone, but it doesn't have to be. You don't want someone who doesn't feel like they need to interrupt, make it about themselves, push on answers to you, who will judge you. You just want someone who can be really fully present, and it doesn't take a lot of time, really 5 minutes. You want to set up clear guidelines up front. This is critical because because humans won't instinctively do this, you need to tell them how that this will be successful. So you can say, my coach has given me this advice to start a listening partnership. I'd love to experiment with this. Would you be willing to try? It will only take 5 minutes. Your only job is to listen to me, to look at me, to fully witness me, to just hold the space for me. You're not going to give me any advice, questions. You're not going to fix. There's nothing you need to do. Just listen to me. It's your presence that I'm really craving right now. When we're done, if you want me to listen to you, I can listen to you, but you never have to. And after you've shared, you'll say, thank you for sharing with me. Thank you for listening with me. And that's it. You want to agree on time boundaries? I say start with 5 minutes. For some people, 5 minutes sounds too long. Other people, it's too short. You can adjust as you go, but at least start with 5 minutes. Offer to make it reciprocal if you both want to do it. Also, you don't have to. Sometimes one person just wants to listen or the other person just wants to talk. There's no rules around this. Adjust as you go. If you feel unsafe or it's not enough time or they're being distracting or that you need something else or you want to try someone else, of course, adjust as you go. Freedom, your choice is always most important. So my personal experience, I've tried this a handful of times and I'll tell you it didn't work every time. Why didn't it work? The first time it was someone I didn't know. I didn't feel safe with her at all. And what she shared with me felt very triggering. I didn't feel safe sharing with her at all. So I do believe having a relationship with someone you already feel safe with, that already loves you, I think that's the way to go. My second time it didn't work great is she was never paying attention. Like there was always like a lot of rock music in the background or cars or trains. She was always out of breath. Like she was always like listening to me while she was running throughout the city. So I didn't feel held at all. I felt like she was I am here trying to bare my soul. And I'm hearing like rock music in the background. It was very distracting, or she would be talking to people. It was not great. So again, you want to set up with a safe person who can be fully present for as little as 5 minutes. But I'll tell you why I'm bringing this up because I have had partnerships for only a couple of minutes and it did feel life-changing to be heard without agenda. I most recently, my favorite pet passed unexpectedly. I may do a podcast on this at some point, but everyone I talked to, of course, they saw how much I was suffering and wanted to jump in and like, this happened to me too, and send me this advice, which was lovely. I love all of it. And if you have someone you're listening, send me more. I ate up every single thing. Yes. But I went to a coach who just listened to me. And because she listened to me, I was able to get out everything in my brain that was just like so was right below the surface, but I wasn't letting myself articulate it because it was so scary. And when she gave me the space, this 5 minutes to talk, it was able to come up. The thought was, I hate that I can't hold her anymore. I hate that I can't hear her anymore. I'm missing her physical presence. I hate this. And just letting myself say that created so much relief. at that before I met with this listening coach, I wasn't sleeping. I was pretty, I was somewhat functional during the day because I could coach myself during the day, but at night I would wake up crying like at 1 or 2 in the morning, just crying my eyes out. I miss her, I miss her, I miss her, I miss her. And I realized that the thought of losing her forever physically was so painful. I wasn't letting myself go there in the day, so it was coming up at night to wake me up. And when I was in a listening partnership and I could just share, I hate this part. This part is the hardest. Now I had the little tender bit of me that needed comfort. And all day long now I could go through and say, this is hard. I hate this part. This is hard. I hate this part. I could soothe myself. And then I started sleeping through the night because the presence is the medicine. Just having someone who holds enough space that you can get all of these tender parts out so you could see, love on them, reassure them. Now, I'm still tearful. I still have a tremendous amount of grief, but I felt in just a couple of minutes, I felt so seen just because I could say this very tender thing. And so what seemed as overwhelming grief that like I was barely able to breathe turned into this really calm, grounding, healing present. Nothing had changed in my life. I still had the circumstance that she had passed, but I had been witnessed. And that brought the healing. So, why do you feel better? I mean, you might be as a scientist, like, how do you feel better if no one's telling you what to do, right? Well, being seen and held for sure, but also, this is why we hold the pain, but we also hold the antidote. We hold the pain, but we also hold the key to the healing. We hold the pain and we also hold the end to the suffering. We can't get the healing antidote suffering, we can't get access to all of that antidote if we can't hear ourselves. When you're witness without judgment, when you just have someone you can share this with, your anxiety settles, the fog clears, you can start thinking again, you get access to your wisdom. And you might not even know exactly what to do. There might not even be a solution, but just being heard will set you on your healing path. And also, I think that is the solution, like just hearing yourself, all parts of you, so you can tend to yourself. That is the solution. The healing is not coming from someone telling you what to do. We're not a patient in the ER who needs a prescription. The healing is just having presence so you can explore all parts of you, so you can tend to all parts of you, so you can heal. So you don't have to be alone with it. I think our brains, I just want to say that our brains are just so brilliant. They're wired to detect out pain and prevent the pain. But our brains just don't understand that if we stuff down all our emotions and we never look at our tender parts of us, it actually just expands the pain. The only way through the pain is through the pain. How you do that is you have a listening partner who can hear you, who can hear all the tender bits, who can let you find the painful parts and also find the solution. It requires zero training, $0, almost 0 minutes, and it can be life-changing. 5 minutes of a listening partnership really could be the same as decades of therapy. You have to try it. So here's 5 prompts to try in your listening partnership. One is, what feels the heaviest for me right now is. 2, the thing I don't want to say out loud to anyone else is. 3, my body is feeling the stress in the form of. 4, if I can let it out all unfiltered, it would sound like. 5, the thought that keeps circling back no matter what I do is. You don't have to use all 5, just pick one and start talking whatever. There's no wrong way to do it. As a listening partner, there's the person talking, there's no wrong way to do it. You just start talking, and that is the healing. For the listening, the person who's actually doing the listening, the only way to do it is just to listen. Be very focused, hold so much love and belief. Everyone deserves a listening partner. So find yours today. I think also a listening partner is a great reason to come into coaching. So definitely check out my program if you haven't already. So here's what I want you to do this week. Identify one trusted person you could experiment with, someone who you feel safe with, who won't need to fix you or interrupt you or judge you. Two is reach out and ask, hey, listen, I've got this new practice called a listening partnership I heard about, a Happy Medicine podcast. Are you open to doing a 5-minute experiment when you just listen to me without advice? I could do the same for you if you like. Three, set the ground rules up clearly so everybody knows what they're supposed to do. No advice, no fixing, no questions, just listening for the person who's listening. And for you, the person who's talking, however you do it is perfect. Just set a time limit for yourself. No filters, no perfectionism. Find all the parts of the tender parts of you that want to be seen and love on them. Four, schedule a short session this week. Put it on the calendar, 5 minutes, that's all. And five, just reflect afterward. How did you feel in your body, in your mind? Did something shift? Doesn't have to shift. Do you feel any differently? Do you feel lighter? Is this something you want to try again? There's no expectation for you to feel anything. And by the way, you might not feel anything. You might feel worse. You might feel better. It's something you just want to try. And you may want to try it maybe 5 to 10 times, right? And most of the time when we try something the first time, like I think about me and a bike, it probably took me 30 times before I ride a bike, right? So you want to try it a couple of times and just make some adjustments along the way. So in closing, listening partnerships are one of the rarest gifts you can give yourself and another human. They require absolutely no training costs, no special settings, no credentials, no fancy tech, just your presence. Your presence is the medicine. In a world where everyone wants to fix, solve, and optimize, pure presence is revolutionary. It's healing. It will heal the planet. Try it. Let yourself be heard. Let yourself be witnessed. You just might be surprised what happens when you stop trying to fix yourself. Just let yourself be heard, witnessed, and seen. I want to ask you if you like this episode, if you could please leave a 5-star review with a comment on your favorite podcast platform. It helps amplify our podcast to more brilliant humans just like you. It would mean the world to me if we could help expand the healing that we're seeing here. Have a beautiful week, everyone. See you next time. Bye.